Hi, people. Welcome back to A Richer Life, where life's more than just money. I'm Brian. I know things and I do stuff. Well, by doing some DIY, I'm saving some serious money, but you'll have to watch a little bit to find out how. The sad truth is, everything that we have requires maintenance and is slowly breaking. If you think about computers, cars, your house, heck, even a hammer is slowly breaking over time. But if we spend a little bit of elbow grease, do a little bit of research, we can save money on some of these devices. For example, if your computer screen all of a sudden goes black, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy a new computer? You could do a little bit of research and find out that your video card's going bad, replace it, and you saved yourself a little bit of money. There are some things that happen like that, and then there's other larger maintenance type issues. And for maintenance, I like to fix things on my own time versus when they break. I like to plan ahead on what needs to be done and just kind of keep a running tally of things that need to be fixed. For example, my back deck needs to be painted eventually. Am I going to need to paint it tomorrow? No, not really. I can probably wait a year or two. Or whenever I see paint go on, buy 1 gallon, get 1 gallon free or something like that. It's something that I know that needs to be done, that I can get to it when I want to get to it, not when it's too late. So that's one way that you can plan ahead. Another way would be, for example, the air conditioner that I got sitting behind me. That's another thing. When we are planning ahead for larger expenditures, we want to save up money in advance. Think about your car, for example. Cars need new tires every couple of years. If you're not saving up in advance for those new tires that are eventually going to need to be purchased, then you might be in a little bit of a pickle financially if we weren't saving up ahead of time for that. There are other ways that we're able to save up money or come up with creative financing type solutions for home repairs and maintenance. Sometimes financial institutions will offer zero interest loans for a set amount of money for certain expenditures that can be done. Keep in mind that a lot of the time these loans that are set up, they will be set up on a minimum payment system that will not completely pay off the loan within the set period of time. So you do need to increase that. If you are paying the minimum, it's not going to pay off in time. At the end of the time period, you're going to get basically screwed over with the entire interest on the accumulated loan. So you could be paying an additional 20% that you didn't know that you're going to have to pay. So look into that in advance, pay more than the minimum. This goes with all your credit cards. Always pay them off in full. For the loans, just pay more than the minimum. When we are doing larger repairs, go ahead and get quotes, get references, talk to friends. Maybe you can do it with a couple buddies that are experienced in this type of thing. I always like to think of the time and energy that I spend on something versus how much it would cost a professional person to do it. If I can do something that is, I think I would do a better job at completing within a close cost estimate of what a professional gives me, I'll typically do it myself. If time's limited or if the professional can do it much less expensive than I can, I'll go to the professional. Here's a great example of that. The oil changes. They have these drive-up oil changes now. You just drive in, you sit in your car, they change the oil there in under 20 minutes, and it's going to cost me $30 maybe. There's no way that I can go out, buy oil, replace the oil, get under my car, and then dispose of the old oil. That is a perfect example of it's so much better for me to spend a little bit of money. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this cheaper or more efficiently than they are able to do. And then you also need to think outside the box, hence the air conditioning unit behind me. So I have a 27-year-old air conditioner that still is kind of working. That's fixing things on my own time versus fixing things when they break. So I got a couple quotes. It's got a leak in it. I know that it had a leak. I was quoted roughly $600 to put some more Freon in it because it is a 27-year-old air conditioner that's got the old Freon, so it's a lot more expensive. So it's very expensive to fill it up, and I'm going to need to be doing this year after year probably. I got a quote to replace the air conditioner. The air conditioner was very expensive to replace because they need to do this, that, the other thing, the indoor unit, the outdoor unit, the ductwork is now 27 years old and exposed to the elements, blah, blah, blah. It was going to cost me about $15,000 to replace it with a traditional air conditioner. So thinking outside the box, the unit that I'm cooling is just a single fun room above the garage. It's a single room. I don't need a lot of ductwork. This is a type of thing where a mini split is a very good solution that is outside the realm of normal options. So I got a mini split behind me. This is something that I was able to purchase, have delivered here. There's payment options I could have done online through the website that I purchased it from. If I was thinking ahead, then I could save up money ahead of time and then signed up for a credit card that has one of those spend $3,000 within 3 months and get a $400 gift card or something like that. I could do that if I saved up money ahead of time, so I could pay that credit card off right away. Then I would have basically pocketed an extra $400 or taken $400 off my expense. Those are ways that we can kind of get around the traditional way of doing it. And we also got to not be afraid to do DIY type things. So I purchased this air conditioner. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to drill a hole through the wall. I'm going to be running some of the piping myself. I'm going to be mounting the thing myself. But there are things that I'm going to need to have a professional help me out with, such as connecting the electricity. I'm not a big fan of electrocuting myself. Dealing with some of the Freon, making sure that it is vacuumed properly. These are some things that I'm going to pay for to get done, but I'm removing a significant amount of expense on that. I will probably save somewhere in the neighborhood of about $10,000 by purchasing this on my own, doing a little bit of installation work myself, and then having a professional come out. So it's a significant amount of savings versus my time to go ahead and do this. And you got to overcome your fears if you're looking to save money on this type of route. I'm in no worse off position if I started this project and I can't do it myself. I'm still going to be paying probably still less than what I would have originally because I've already purchased the unit, it's already on location, and I've got some of it done. But if I fail in my task, I'm in no worse position. So I would just need to call someone out and have them do it. No worse off. But this way I'm able to learn something at the very least and get more experience, and heck, it's a little bit of fun. You got to be willing to get down and dirty. And this is kind of the essence of becoming more independent, more self-sufficient, using the University of YouTube. There's tons of videos out there to help us and become better at whatever we do in life. So that's really what a richer life is, becoming better at everything. Thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And I'm Brian. Have a good one.